Good evening, everybody. My name is Jay Balaji. Today, we are going to see different types of communication styles and methods of improving communication skills. Let's go. We should note that communication is something like it's inborn. We had that ability right from birth. So, whenever a baby is born, it starts crying and it notifies everyone that it needs attention and it needs food. So this style of communication keeps continuing right from birth till death. So we are uh, uh, fully capable of communicating in a very well manner to get our things done, and also to express various thoughts and emotions we have. There are three types of communication. The first is the verbal mode, where we speak out using words and sentences. So we have a structure and we compose these sentences in our brain and we speak it out. So the other part, the person who is receiving, understands the sentence. So in order to make this happen, both the parties, the speaker and the listener, need to have a common language so that they can understand. On the other hand, the non-verbal is something universal. Anyone can understand this non-verbal communication, whereupon like our body language, gestures, facial expressions, postures, these things express our internal state of mind. So anyone who is able to observe them will know what we think and how what is our expressions. In general, if there is a contradiction between the verbal and the non-verbal, most likely the non-verbal has the truth. So we can hold the non-verbal as the true value. The third form is the written form, where we express our ideas in terms of emails or blog or reports, websites, in any letters, any forms, like we express our ideas so that the listener can understand. And again, similar to this verbal communication, the written form is also bound to have an understanding that the sender and the receiver, they both understand this particular message. So these are all the types of communication. And if you see how much weightage is given for these styles of communication, the non-verbal cues have a lot of weightage, like 55% it covers, and it has much weightage, and it is observed easily, and anyone can observe it, and they can easily understand what is happening inside the brain. The second thing is the voice and the tone which we are using. So that also has a communication part. It conveys certain message. So that goes with 38%. And the last thing is the words that we use. It has a very less weightage. So, talking about the body language and the expressions we have. So as we discussed, like whatever the eye contact and the hand gestures and all the movements, the body postures, everything has its own meaning, and whoever is able to understand them, they will be able to easily catch these messages and understand what is going on in the person's mind. So this is very powerful method, and someone who can get this will be able to understand about the person. So I had given a link where there are like a series of web uh, series of videos that talks about body language, and they furnish beautiful examples on what to observe and how to get it. There are some barriers in communication. We can split the participants into teams and let us discuss on what blocks the communication and how to improve them, so that we will be able to overcome these hurdles and be a better communicators. I request the participants to form teams and discuss about the various barriers, and later on we'll club them together and have a consolidated discussion on that. Similarly, there is another activity which we'll be doing, which is to improve our listening skills. So I request participants to pair up each other, and one person will be the speaker and the other person will be listener. Preferably, whoever is comfortable in speaking can be the listener, and whoever is comfortable in listening can be the speaker. In this way, we'll be able to understand more about our style of communication. And I request participants to observe whatever the thoughts and feelings they have while going through this activity, so that we'll be able to discuss on those and come out with how we felt communicating and how we felt listening, and what is the importance of this activity. So we'll talk about them later. The next activity we'll be having is we'll be giving a topic on the spot, and the participant have to speak upon the topic for a short period of time, 2 minutes, and they have to convey their idea related to this particular topic. And based on their speech, we will be giving feedback on their content and the body language, the presentation, what went well and what went wrong. So this feedback will be called sandwich method. And the reason is, like, initially we will give positive points about the speech, and next we will give a area of improvements where the speaker can improve on their speech, and finally we will give more positive points on how the speaker had done well. So this approach will help and encourage the speaker to give more speech in future. Interpersonal communication is about how we interact and maintain our relationship across our network, and how we give importance to relationship. So in order to build a rapport, like, we have to have our connections and see how we can network further and build these connection. When we interact with people, if we want to improve the relationship, we have to be a empathetic listener who understands what the other person is going through, and feel for them, and be assertive in this conversation. This will help in resolving conflicts, and that will be a good source of maintaining relationship and improving our communication. We will have one exercise where we discuss about how to write emails, and what will be the appropriate structure we need to follow, and the tone we have to use while interacting with the different people, like managers and subordinates and peers. So we'll discuss all this and understand more about the email ethics. We'll spend time on writing a sample here. Similarly, what is the right way of participating in a meeting, and how to give presentation, how to express our ideas, how to listen, and what will be the effective way of uh, being in the meeting and getting the most out of it. So we will be going through that. When we talk about communication, the we are being classified into a broad category as extroverts and introverts. Extroverts are people who are bubbling with energy. They move out and meet people and interact very well. Their plus point is they're very much comfortable in social setup. So they like being in social setup, and they enjoy being in the limelight, and they are good in starting a conversation. They engage everyone. So these are all the plus points about the extroverts. And some of the improvements they can work as, they can be a better listener, and allowing others to participate and share their ideas and listen to them. That is one area if their listening skills needs to be improved. The other thing is the patience to wait for others to tell their stories and listening them. Uh, if extrovert has a in-depth subject knowledge, then that person will be very successful in their career. They will be in top rank. So the person have to check themselves and understand if they have the depth of subject knowledge. If not, they have to gain that so that they'll be able to improve better. Talking about introverts, they are by nature quite shy, and they want to be alone, and they are on their own shell. The positive points about them is their thought pattern. It goes in depth, and they understand concepts very well. They are careful listeners. It is difficult for them to get into a conversation, but if they get into a conversation, they go in depth, and they have a lot of things to contribute, and they share many things. Areas of improvements for introverts are they can be more assertive in meeting out people and talking to people. They can prepare ahead for any of the meetings and interaction they are going to have. They can be prepared so that they will be at ease in discussing their topics. They can work on their anxiety and overcome anxiety levels so that they'll be able to comfortably face any situation. So this is the overall discussion about communication skills, and we had covered a few points, and we had gone through certain activities. I hope this discussion today will help you in improving your communication skills. Thank you.